What's going on, guys? In today's video we're going to be fixing the front brakes on my 2001 Dodge Dakota. This video is also going to show you guys how to replace the brakes on your own Dodge Dakota, and if they have front brakes, this video probably applies to you. So with all that said, I got to get this thing in our little loading bay area so that way I can actually work on it. The parts aren't here right now. They will be here later today, but nevertheless, we need to get this thing working because it's our only car. So, it's cold as crap outside. It's like 30 degrees. I think actually more like 35, but it's still cold as crap. Either way, the truck have not been started in a good while. So, we're going to go ahead and give the truck the chance it deserves at life. And we're going to cycle her a couple of times because it's a good truck. And I don't want to ruin it. So, yeah, I'd rather not. All right, please start up, girl. Go on, oil pressure. There you go. All right. There. That's better. It'll also get better once it warms up. I'm gonna give it about, I don't know, 60 seconds or so to warm up. Gotta be nice on your engine, especially whenever they're frigid cold. Don't want to instantly start moving until everything starts warming up. It's a shame the brakes went out at all because, yeah, we're not supposed to move this slowly. We're supposed to move freely, not stubborn like this. And you're actually supposed to have braking power, not just rear brakes. And there they go again, where the front brakes locked up and I couldn't move. You have to really just give it gas. Oh my God. All right, well, let's not smack into anything here. Wow, I pulled way too far forward. Not neutral. I said not neutral. There, all right. We're good there. Good girl, Sparky. All right, I'm gonna leave the keys in it. We're gonna go ahead and fix her up. Gosh, I hate this door. Really need to fix it. All right. So now that it is up on concrete, which is much safer than having to jack it up on gravel. Whoever would have thought. Conveniently, I parked it right where the jack needs to be about. Needs to just scoot a little bit like that. All right, there we go. This concrete's pretty thick, so we're gonna be good. So now with all that said, I'm gonna go ahead and crack all the wheels loose, and we're gonna jack her up. So see you guys whenever that's done so we can start taking apart the brake. All right, it is now 3 days later. I kid you not, it's literally been 3 days. It's been sitting up here. The parts got here on the day I put it up, but these old brakes suck so bad that I hate them. So, they're just, you can tell that this was toast. And these pads are bare steel and they're cracked. This is down to nothing but steel. This is not a pad. That is bare steel. The black is, you can actually see some of the black where that is the remaining pad. So it was metal to metal contact and the rotor's warped. I could feel it. It just feels like garbage. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to get this brake off. I already got this side done. Everything's put back on, the brake line, everything. I just need to bleed this, but I'm gonna wait to bleed this until I get that side done because the brake reservoir is on this side of the vehicle. And typically you wanna bleed the furthest brake away from your brake reservoir, so we're gonna start off with the other side. But this is what it'll look like when it's done versus what it looks like before. So this, we're gonna go ahead and get that fixed. Hope this light's good enough for you guys. Should be able to see. This is it off versus with the light, so I hope it makes it better. But whenever you take off the wheel, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna find this mounted onto this. It's gonna be mounted just like this, basically. It will be pressed in here, but just take like a screwdriver or something and just pry it off of there, because this is holding on the caliper. So you're gonna just toss that aside. Then once you're done with that, you're gonna find your brake line, which is located on this side. I actually we plugged up the hole with a paper towel, but it's held in just by a simple nut. You don't want to put much, if any, pressure on this line, because then that'll damage it. So you don't want to damage this brake line. So right here is pretty much as far as you're going to be able to go with it. So it takes a, what is this? So it takes a 15 millimeter, I'm going to look at the camera here. It takes a 15 millimeter open-ended wrench. Preferably you can do it with just this, but to prevent stripping the head, I really recommend getting a closed end wrench. So yeah, just go ahead and do that, and then loosen it. Then the brake line will come off. Set it aside. Don't kink this. This is pressurized and you do not want to damage it. Don't worry, this isn't a leaky hose. It leaks down from here and onto this, so it's not a leaky line. You also, while you're down here, want to check the condition of your lines. Want to make sure they're not rusted or anything like that. So yeah, once you've asserted your lines and everything else are good, and that you got your line off, now there's 2 more steps to remove this stupid caliper. And I say stupid because it's interesting the way Dodge designed this. So, oh, there he is. We have the disc, the caliper, and then you can see a pad right there. There's another one on the other side, but that's besides the point. Once you get the brake line off, and then once you get this clip off, there are now 2 things holding on this caliper. And they are these little lock pins or whatever, these little pins here. And apparently whoever did this brake job last completely stripped out this. That is almost a perfect circle in there. So there's nothing for our little hex head to grip onto. And of course we didn't have the right size hex head for this, so it was too small and stripped it even more. So instead, what I had to do to grab this, we made our own tool, because this is too big to fit inside of here. But we took a grinder to this tool and grinded it down, which is amazing how well it worked. And we grinded it down, and now it actually fits inside the pin. So that's how we got this loose. So make sure you actually use the right size hex head, because man, if you don't have it, if it's too small, and it just strips it, and you're gonna be stuck in the water, really, like we were. We were in such desperate measures that we took an angle grinder to it to cut a little hole in it to try and get a flathead in here. But we finally got them loose, and they are in 2 locations. All right, so these little locking pins, there are 2 of them on each brake. It's whatever you do on this brake, it's going to be the exact same on that side, just on the other side. So just keep that in mind. So as you can see, this is the locking pin, and he goes, I'm not going to push it in because I hate these things. So I'm just going to set them. So we have one up here, and then we have another one. I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to get to this. There he is. So we have another one about right here. Oh, there he is. All right. So yeah, then I have another one there. Once you crack them loose, you're just gonna pull them out. You can pull them out all the way, like I did, or you can just somewhat pull them out to where they're not gonna be making contact with the pad anymore. But I just did this because why the heck not, right? So do this, and then once you get that off, now this caliper is loose. So now that you have your caliper mounting bolts off, now this caliper can just come completely off. Again, make sure you have your brake line off. And now you can just remove this caliper. In this case, this thing is seized to the rotor. So what I'm gonna do is take a screwdriver or just like a pry bar or something. I'm just gonna pry against it. We're replacing all this crap anyway. Just try not to damage this. This is part of the sweat arm or whatever. So you're just gonna attempt to break this off. Mine wants to bring the entire freaking disc with it, which is not happening. The disc is toast anyway, but still, I would rather not. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Wow, the pads have like friction welded themselves on there. All right, once you get it cracked loose and assure that your brake fluid is going to be contained, I do not want this to go onto the concrete. That would not be very good. Oh my gosh, I caught it right before we went onto the concrete. All right, this caliper has a lot of fluid in it. You know the brake line's disconnected. Once you get it loose, you just pull it off. Oh, it's just like that. And then you set it on your paper towels so you don't get your hands all brake fluidy. So whenever I was, turn that off for now. Whenever I was compressing the brake, trying to press it out and trying to get the caliper off, then it blew the paper towel clogging the thing out. And then, yeah. So let's just go ahead and see what kind of damages we got. Ooh, baby. All right, let's pull out this pad. It barely comes out. Holy crap, that is bad. Oh my gosh. Man, now I got my gloves all dirty. The caliper's off. Now there's just one more thing left to do, and that is remove the disc. So the disc is not hard to remove at all. The disc is quite easy. All right. So sometimes these could get stuck to the hub, and you might have to like take a hammer it in between the studs, the lug studs, or no, lug bolts, whatever these are. The hub, but you don't want to hit the studs, okay? So hammer in between and don't hit these studs or else you could damage them and then you have to replace your whole wheel hub. In my case, caliper, or not caliper, but the disc just comes right off. And it is better than the other disc, but still looks like complete trash. All right. Finally, after 3 days now, finally, we now have both brakes off of the front of the truck. And I don't need to do rear brakes because I already did them, so those are already replaced. I would have done a video on that, but they were too time consuming, which is why I'm surprised I'm here. Anyways, before we put all our new fancy stuff on, we gotta clean off this surface so that way it's easier for our new thing to mount to. I really like this metal wire brush. It goes right in between the studs, like literally perfectly in between. So that's nice. And you're just gonna do this on all of them like that, and you're just gonna keep on going all the way around the hub. We started here, and now we're gonna end there. Look at this. All this garbage that was on our old brakes. It's not good. Your brakes are not supposed to look like this. They're supposed to look like the other side. All right, we did a whole loop. Now I'm gonna use this to clean off the center part of the hub. Just like that. So instead of having like this like I had before, I'm having it like this, so I can clean off this hub. It's not gonna look perfect. It just needs to have a better surface than the way it does now. This wheel bearing actually looks pretty good, surprisingly. It looks like it was recently changed. Again, I don't know what happened throughout this truck's entire life, but I do know what happened to it through the past like 100 miles of its life. 400 miles of its life, yeah. I do know what's happened to it then. But before that, I have no idea. All right, now we have that done. We can go ahead, blow it off, and then we're gonna come up here actually, and we're gonna scrape off this side of the hub, or whatever this is, this wheel part, the control arm piece, and we're gonna rub this until it's clean, so that way our pads have a nice area to grip. It's smooth. Get all that dusted must out of here. Holy heck. Need I recommend that brake parts cleaner is like a must-have. I unfortunately don't have that still. Alright, well, we're gonna give this whole thing a good old cleaning, and then I'll be back whenever it's done, I guess. All right, so I took off my gloves. So I have clean hands. Those gloves work amazing compared to my other ones. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're going to take our new disc and we're gonna put it on here. So here we have our disc. Well, I guess here we have our caliper. I've already assembled it from yesterday. I should have told this earlier, but I assembled this thinking that this was for that side, and it turns out this is for this side. So I got them crossed last night, but that doesn't matter. They're still super easy to put on. So like I said, you have this little pin here. This is super simple. You just like kind of bend these prongs by pushing this towards the cylinder, which is right here, and then it'll slide into these little holes, which this pad has a little like nub on the end, like a little metal piece that sticks out, and that contacts with this, and then it locks this side in place. And this one, it goes into the cylinder itself, and this has these 3 little prongs, and you just set it in here, and then you press it in to place, just like that. Make sure it's flush, press the bottom and then the edges. That's good. There we go. A little hard to do with one hand, but there we go. And there's our brand new disc. He's a heavy little guy. Nothing one hand can't lift, but he's still heavy. And he comes in very durable plastic. Wondering, how the heck do you get this on? Well, preferably you'd want to use 2 hands, and you set it on. There are holes in the disc. They go over the lug studs, and it just goes on like that. So, with all that done, this box is now taken care of. There's nothing else in it. Now we can go ahead and get this tightened down. Now you might be wondering, how the heck are you supposed to get this to stay there without you having to hold it constantly? Well, if I could ever actually grab them, just grab your lug nuts and just thread them on. Make sure they're on tight, or not tight, I meant like straight. Then once you've confirmed that it is somewhat on, not gonna roll off on you. Now it's stupid pin. Man, whenever it's 35 degrees, it's not easy to work. Where are you going? Where on earth do you think you're going? Away, apparently. Where? You know what? I'm not even gonna question it anymore. Alright, we're gonna wipe this down a little bit more because I put my foot on it and I should have expected this. Don't put your foot on the brake disc. It makes it dirty. So now we can go ahead, once we've assured that our caliper is pressed on, then you take your caliper, preferably. Again, this is really fun to do with one hand, preferably with 2 hands. And you just gotta take it and then slide it over on to your disc. Also, something I should have mentioned is these little studs here, these little pins right here and here. Assure that they're like flush with the edge of the caliper, so that way they go on nice and easy. In this case, mine were, and they went on flawlessly. And the top one's aligned with its hole, and the bottom one is not, because there. Wondering why there was such a big gap in between the disc and the pad. There we go. All right, and this guy is still aligned for the most part. Again, I'll align them properly without the phone in my hand. And this guy, I can't see, but he looks aligned. Yeah, they look aligned. Assure that the pads are touching this, because then that means that the caliper's actually in the right spot where it's supposed to be. There. Yes. All right, let's get this tightened down. It's not hard, it's just annoying, really. I went to lower my knee and it went right on the lug. That hurt. So you're just gonna take a hex head and you're just gonna screw this until it's tight. Don't overdo this, or else you'll end up with stripped hardware like that thing all the way over there. Like that. You'll end up with stripped bull crap. Anyway, so get this top one tightened and then get this bottom guy tightened up as well. Just till they're snug. They don't need any more than that. It is going to do this, but there is a way to fix this, and it is to use this. I am definitely gonna need 2 hands for this, but essentially it has these little hooks here, and they hook into these little holes. Then it has these little ends pieces here that go on the inside of each of these. So on each side they'll go like something like that on each side. So once I get that in place, I'll show you guys that in a second. But for now, let's go ahead and try and get that brake line onto this. And let's also get that old washer out of that brake line as well. You just wanna, again, not hard, you just want to pry, seal out. Just like that. I'm surprised I did that with 2 hands. All right, now that that's all done, now I'm just gonna double check it for, nope, that's a bare bottom. We're gonna grab our paper towel here. We're not gonna dry it off of fluid. If it has fluid, yeah, go ahead and take care of that. But this case, it's not the fluid I'm worried about. It's all the dirt and grime on the inside. So I'm gonna get that taken care of. Oh no, no. Darn you. This one's always giving me trouble. All right, gotta make sure that the hole goes towards that hole. Just like that. Again, not that it really matters, but just in case. All right, so throw that paper towel over there in the junk pile. My screwdriver is running away. Now, because it leaking is probably evident, I've set paper towels right here just to kind of catch it. And then I'm also gonna yoink the paper towel and dry off that line. So, last things last. Take the last O-ring, seat it on the bottom of your brake line. Now, it's gonna probably start dripping out fluid very quickly. I don't know why it wants to come off, but it's gotta do that. Take the hole, line it up, press the washer on, go. Okay. Go. Tighten it on. Go on. Yay, we're doing it. Yay. We did it. You don't want this to be stupid tight either. You just want it to just be snug. Just like that. There. Just like that. That's all you need. Somehow we didn't leak any brake fluid onto the ground. We did get some on the caliper. I'm just gonna clean that off. So, ladies and gentlemen, all this said, there is now one thing left to do, and then the truck is done with its brakes. Well, 2 things actually. All right. First things first, this probably, like, I don't know. I had it for a while. I had it aligned. Well, you're just gotta try and put this on. I will be back whenever it is on. Alright, so we're now getting to the part where we can put the wheels on. I got that other side taken care of. Got this brace on. It just takes a lot of force. So we got that on. Now we gotta put on the wheels so we can get it on the ground. I'm running over a lug nut. The brakes are already bled, so it should be ready. Has brand new brake fluid, even though it looks like the exact same. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this on. It is actively getting colder the longer I'm out here, and I hate it right here. Or I hate just being out here in the cold, harsh weather. There we go. Thankfully, hopefully, I won't have to be out here much longer. Let's get these things on. Why is there cobwebs all over these? Do not want cobwebs inside my wheel. No, thank you. How dumb. What spider decided to attempt to live inside my wheel? It would sure as heck be going for quite a ride whenever we're driving. Like a washing machine, probably. It at least moves freely. Sort of. Like I can move it at least. There's just this little bit of grinding. Is it? Oh my god, it's raining. Oh, great. This is exactly what I wanted. Rain. I mean, rain is nice. I do like me some rain, but not in this right now scenario. The truck does not have great wipers, and I would not like to put that to the test. Alright, we're back in the truck this time. Got all the wheels bolted on and everything. Again, I want to give Sparky the best chance it has at life. So I'm going to give it the best chance it has at life. Our battery is low. And now we let it sit for just a second. Yeah, that thing's dying. Anyway. She rattled. Oil pressure went up, that's great. I did not pay attention to that. I hope it was okay. Looks fine. She's a little rough, but I can't exactly blame it. It is 35 degrees out right now. It is freezing, basically. It's cold, but technically it doesn't classify as freezing. Say she's warmed up enough. Holy crap, that stops quick. Oh my god. Dude, it locks up great. Oh my god, we are rolling up a hill. The brakes don't do anything. Like, they're not clamping anymore. They're so good. Oh my god, the brakes work amazing. They don't make a squeak noise. This is beautiful. Put it in park right quick. Fix my mirrors. I'm so glad this window switch started working. It didn't for a while. Look at that. All right, well, it's cold outside, so I'm rolling that up. All right. Oh, that's neutral. That's drive. Oh my god, we are off. Holy shoot. Oh wow, it stops on like a dime. Wow, new pads, rotor, and caliper. I am not even on the gas right now. This is just how fast it wants to go. If anything, I'm on the brake. Well, I'm not on the brake, but I'm resting my foot on the brake, and it is just hauling. I'm going 10 miles an hour right now, and it's rolling, not me. Holy smokes. All right, we're just gonna slam them. Oh my God. I felt the ABS lock up. The fact that we actually stop now is great. It rolls so effortlessly. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you fix, whoops, days. There we go. That's how you fix front brakes. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Sparky is back and is ready to tear up the road. This is great. I love the truck so much. It's just a good truck. I like how I can now ease the brakes and then they engage. This thing's awesome. I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Yeah, boy! Alright, it's storming. It's been about 3 days since we fixed the Dakota. Still runs great. That's awesome. Love to see that. Works amazingly. I love it. Yeah, so finally we have a car we can drive around. It's awesome. Happy we finally have a car we can take places. It's currently thunderstorming. It's wet. It's rainy. Oh my God. Yeah, I ain't touching no metal. That's for sure. Okay, the Dakota kind of shook. It's reassuring. But yeah, so I'm out here just for funsies. It was raining a lot harder just a second ago. Just wanted to give you guys an update here at the end of the video. It's been a couple of days, and yeah, the Dakota works great. The brakes fixed it. It really did do amazing. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. Fixing those brakes was definitely a sort of a challenge, but well, it was doable. So yeah, I hope y'all have one for the rest of your day, and of course subscribe, and yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see next. This video was awesome. The Dakota finally works. It's gone on several test drives for a decent distance too. I don't know if the miles would show up without the key, but no. But nevertheless, we've put quite a bit of miles on it already. It's crazy. But yeah, it drives amazing. I'm really proud of the truck. It truly is just amazing. Works so well. And I hope it stays like this. Cause yeah, a good truck this thing is. Oh my God. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. It's coming down pretty good. It was really an awesome video, so thank you guys so much for everything. Subscribe or don't. Just making sure. Just so long as you guys liked the video, that's all that matters. So yeah. And when I mean liked, I mean like you don't have to like the video through YouTube. Just, I hope you enjoyed it, you know. So yeah, with all that said, hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want. And yeah, this Dakota is finally back on the road. And she's running reliably. It's alive. And it's amazing. So yeah, I hope you all have one for the rest of your day. And of course, subscribe. This truck's awesome. You guys are awesome. Couldn't ask for a better truck or better viewers. So thank you guys so much for everything. You guys are awesome. Thank you for making it this far. See y'all in the next one. Peace.